Good morning, everyone. This is Kevin Fernandez, and I want to welcome you back to the L2 Mindset Podcast, where our goal is to help you build unshakable confidence, unwavering discipline, and create elite leadership. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that has fascinated many, the morning routines and habits of the ultra successful. How do they start their day, and what can we learn from them? Thankfully over the years have had the honor to work with a lot of these ultra successful people and have had conversations about what their morning routines look like, what they do first thing when they get up to maximize their productivity, to maximize their days. What do they do to set themselves up for success starting the night before? And so we're going to talk about all these things, right? We've all heard the saying that the early bird catches the worm, right? But what is the real merit to being an early riser? I believe that one of the biggest things that help you when it comes to getting up early and having a strong routine is the power of consistency, right? Waking up at the same time every day sets our internal clock, and this consistency can then boost our mood, energy, our productivity, and just allow us to be way more successful in the endeavors that we take on, right? Early in the morning is also a quiet hour, right? Early morning hours are often the quietest. You don't have any kids running around yet, you don't have any distractions yet. And so it is a prime time for focused work or self reflection, which is so crucial in making sure that we are being intentional about our lives, about our businesses. Now, one of the benefits, like I mentioned, is that our brains are less cluttered with thoughts in the morning, right? So this is a ideal time to tackle tasks that require concentration. This is why so many successful individuals set the morning to do deep work, right? There's a great book called Deep Work by Cal Newport. So, deep work is work that requires massive concentration and focus and energy, and you have to be concentrated on it for hours, not this. I'm going to work on this for 10 minutes and I'm going to get distracted with this text, or I'm going to go talk to this colleague down the hall. No, deep work requires hours of uninterrupted concentration. So, the perfect time to do this is in the mornings when our brains are less cluttered and we have less distractions. So, I would love to hear from y'all. Like, what are some of the habits that you do in the morning that have helped you in setting your day up for success, right? A lot of the people I've talked to, a lot of my clients, a lot of the people that I've learned from, a lot of them swear by meditation and mindfulness in the morning, right? They start their day with meditation to ground themselves, right? This has been proven to be a great practice. Now, some people meditate at night, some people in the morning, some people all throughout the day, but a lot of ultra successful people meditate first thing in the morning. It's a great time. There's a lot of science behind it as to why, when you wake up, especially if you wake up early around 4 in the morning, it's a great time to meditate, right? What's another thing that they do? Exercise. Exercise, because exercise releases endorphins. It makes you feel better and it wakes you up, right? So it gets you going and allows you to be more energetic throughout your morning, right? So whether you go for a jog or you do a yoga class or you go to the gym, like physical activity is a recurring theme with ultra successful people. It just helps you wake up the body and the mind. So add it to your morning routine. Something else that I've seen across the board is journaling, right? Reflecting on thoughts, setting intentions, or just simply, writing down your dreams and ideas. I have a planner that I use, have this planner right here. And every single morning, without fail, I write down my goals. Now, this is not a to-do list. These are my goals, the things that I'm working toward that require time. So, for example, you know, I weigh 185 by January 1st, 2024 or earlier. I have 100 L2 mastermind members. I have 100 Elite Advisors Collective members, and so on and so on. I have here 2024 L2 retreat is sold out, right? So these are my goals. These are the things that I'm working toward. Then I also write down my gratitude and affirmations, the things that I'm grateful for. How many of you start your morning thinking about what you're grateful for? The things that make you rich, the things that make life enjoyable, that make your life great. You see, so many people start their day in reactive mode. They start their day by focusing on problems and fires that they have to put out. And if your morning starts like that, then what's your mindset going to be for the rest of the day? Right. So there are days that, yes, you have to tackle problems right away. There's no way around it. You just have to, right? But even if you do, I would encourage you to then flip your brain by practicing meditation and gratitude, like we just talked about. It's extremely important. Your affirmations are a great way to rewire the brain and the subconscious mind, but also to keep your goals top of mind because your affirmations should align with your goals. And so, if you're writing down your goals and your affirmations every single day, every single day, every single day, it reminds you of the person you wish to become, the results you wish to create, and the habits that you need to create, the things that you need to do on a daily basis in order to become that person and create those results. Now, I also write down my top 3 to 5 things that I need to accomplish that day. You see, most of the people that I work with, most of my clients, they have to do lists that are probably a mile long, right? 20, 30, 40, 50 things that they have to do that day. But the reality is that 80% of our results come from 20% of our activities, right? That's the Pareto principle. And so if you have a massive to-do list, you can pick 4 to 5 things. You practice the rule of five. What are the top 5 things that you need to accomplish today? And prioritize them. This is the number one. This is number two. This is number three, and so on and so on. And get to work on number one and do not stop until that one is done. Then you move on to number two, and so on and so on. The only reason why you should move from number one to number two before number one is done is if for some reason you're having to wait on somebody else to get something to you, whether that's because it's part of a project and you cannot do your part until they get theirs over to you. But that is the only reason if you get stuck for whatever reason that is outside of your control. Otherwise, you focus on number one, you get it done. Then number two, get it done. Number three, get it done, and so on. Once the top 5 are done, then you can move on to other things on your to-do list if there's time. You can be more productive by doing your top 5. You can create better results by doing the top 5 most important things that you have to do in your life, in your business, than by tackling 25 things on your to-do list that are not as relevant to your goals. It's not about how much you get done. It's about getting the things done that truly matter, that truly count, right? So make sure that you do that every single day. Prioritize your task. Come up with the top 3 to 5 most important and tackle those first. Another thing that very successful individuals do is they use the morning for reading or consuming informative content, right? So it doesn't matter really when you do it, right? As long as you're studying and you're learning. But by doing this first thing in the morning, you get to input positive information, empowering information into your mind. And you are telling yourself that you are truly committed to your goals because you are already doing something to move them forward, right? This morning, I got up around 4:45, got ready, jumped on my Peloton bike at 5 o'clock. I started a life class, worked out from 5 to 6 or so, and then went took a shower, got ready for the day, read a book, not a whole book, but read part of a book after I did my goals, gratitude affirmations, all of that. And so, again, it's about having a consistent routine. It's about having a consistent routine. If you are not consistent in your activities, you cannot expect consistent results. If you are in sales, or if you have a business that obviously requires sales, right? You cannot expect consistent sales if your activities are not consistent. It takes consistency. Now we're talking about the morning, so let's start there. Let's build the habits, the routines of ultra successful people. Because if you want to be ultra successful, if you want to be massively successful in whatever endeavor you're in, you don't have to reinvent the wheel. All you have to do is find what has worked for others and model it. And I'm giving you what it is that works for others. So just take this and model it, right? You know, we all face challenges, right? Like snoozing the alarm, right? So something that I would encourage you to do, if that's a problem for you, is put your alarm on the other side of the room, so that you have to physically get up and turn it off, right? It's not so easy. You just hit it from the bed and then keep sleeping, right? So do it so that it's easier for you to take the actions that you have to take, right? You may be lacking motivation. Well, if that's the case, then you really need to spend some time thinking about the vision for your life and your goals, and what lights you up and what makes you happy and what your legacy needs to be. But even without doing all that, start small. Start small. A 5 minute routine is better than a non existent routine, right? So think about, if I only have 10 minutes because of everything else that I have going on, what can I do in 10 minutes? So in 10 minutes, you can do a lot actually. So you can write down your goals, write down your gratitude, write down your top three. You can definitely do that in 10 minutes. Definitely can do that in 10 minutes. Now, if you have more time, let's say you have 30 minutes, add 20 minutes of exercise. You don't have to start with a whole hour or 2 hours, but you have to start. Your life, your results are never going to change until you change the things that you do on a daily basis. Now, some of you may have to revamp some things in a massive way because you're not doing anything the way you should be doing it. Some of you are doing great things already, and all you need is a little shift in some areas to get the results that you want, right? So, I want you to be focused on building the habits that are going to help you get your life and your business to the next level. At the end of the day, the common denominator of success lies in the fact that successful people have developed the habit of doing the things that failures don't like to do. Successful people don't like getting up at 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. They don't like exercising any more than you do. They don't like having tough conversations or making those tough phone calls any more than you do, right? It's uncomfortable. I'd rather sleep till 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, just keep sleeping, right? Like it feels good to just keep sleeping when you're exhausted or you're tired when you first wake up early in the morning. But I don't make decisions based on how I feel in the moment. I make decisions based on how I want to feel later, right? If I'm feeling tired or my mind is telling me to slow down during the workout, right? I ask myself, how do I want to feel at the end of this workout? And then I take the actions that I need to take in order to feel that way by the end of the workout. If my mind is playing tricks on me and it's telling me to slow down during the middle of the day, oh, go take a nap or don't make those phone calls. I ask myself, how do I want to feel at the end of the day? Do I want to feel victorious? Do I want to feel confident? Do I want to feel disciplined? And if that's the case, then I know what I need to do, right? So don't make decisions on what you're going to do today based on how you feel right now. Make those decisions based on how you want to feel at the end of the day, at the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of the year. Practice delayed gratification. You must practice delayed gratification if you want to be successful. So that is a non-negotiable, non-negotiable. So again, just remember that your morning holds the power to shape your day. By learning from these habits and techniques from this ultra successful, I hope that you take this and design your own morning in a way that can propel you forward. And just remember, it's never about perfection, it's about progress. Progress, not perfection, is always the goal. Want to thank you for listening in, tuning in this morning. This is Kevin Fernandez with L2 Mindset. Love yourself, lead yourself. Until next time.